Diablo Immortal, Shattered Sanctuary, the new update, it's coming. It is coming.
Hi, friends. The hour is nigh, and the Lord of Terror is about to be unleashed upon the crumbling world. I'm Ryan Quinn, Senior Narrative Designer on the Diablo Immortal team.
So, this is the guy. This is the guy. All right, all right.
And our last major update of this year is right around the corner. That's patch 3.2, Shattered Sanctuary. Where we'll finally do battle with one of the world's greatest evils, Diablo himself.
Oh, boy!
Diablo, the Lord of Terror, is an ancient being that craves the fear.
Damn, it's looking really, really good, man. Listen, we gotta bring the hype back to Diablo Immortal, man. Nothing better than putting the actual Diablo in it.
Of all living things. When his greatest servant, the Bride of Hell, handed him a shard of the world.
Oh, she's looking so good, chat.
He began to reconstitute himself, and we first witnessed his awesome power.
Oh my God.
He's been tormenting us with visions of terror ever since. But now, with the angelic blade Eldruin in your hands, it's time to drive his evil from Sanctuary. Diablo has been using the Worldstone Shard to build fearsome armies of demons and Shardborn to connect.
Bro, why the hell this guy is looking like Asmongold? Like, legit looking like Asmongold, like right here, the same shirt as Asmongold, literally Asmongold cosplaying, like 100%, man. Is this live? Yeah, this is live.
Burning hells to Sanctuary and to unmake the world at its very core. World's Crown is Diablo Immortal's latest zone.
World's
Crown. Vast landmass with dark depths to explore.
New zone,
new
chat.
bounties, new monsters, and a new main quest.
All right.
The Worldstone Shard's power has nearly banished all life from World's Crown. It's an eerie, still place full of unmoving carcasses. Diablo's attempts to unmake Sanctuary have produced pyramids of corpses, lakes of blood, bleached rocks and soil, pools of acid, upside-down rain, and the twisted gates of his citadel.
Damn, this portal is looking awesome. I hope they actually go and show a few clips of like the actual footage of the zone, because we need a new zone. Like the zones in Diablo Immortal, they always look amazing. I think the art team, it is literally one of the MVPs inside Diablo Immortal. It always was. So let's see.
Where the burning hells bore into our world. When you reach World's Crown, you'll start in saturated, bright areas.
Looks good.
You dive into the darkness of the crater and the underground to see the color drain.
But there is a mistake here. It should be playing Barbarian, man. If he was playing Barbarian, this will be easier.
From the world. We wanted everyone to feel their mortality while they played. And the art team really nailed the direction.
Oh, it's like Underground City.
Quest, you'll amass allies from up to 5 different factions, including some that don't traditionally get along, like the Shadows and Immortals. Together, you'll make the treacherous voyage to World's Crown, rescue survivors of an advanced vanguard, defend a ragged camp against hordes of demons and Shardborn, and lead a charge.
So this is gonna be like the next quest. Like for me personally, the last quest, it was pretty cool, but it was like slightly too short, right? Like you guys also felt that, like it was like 30 to 45 minutes, but it was like really good. So I hope like this new main quest, since it's gonna be like versus Diablo, I hope like they do like something like extremely awesome.
Across a hellishly warped battlefield. In the process, you'll fight some of the most vicious enemies we've ever come up with.
Bro, the art is always amazing. So what I'm hoping is that they don't do like they did to our boy Lich King, which was like the fight was cool, it was fine, but it was like very lackluster. I hope, chat, that we have on Diablo Immortal the first really epic fight, man. We need an epic fight, man. This is like literally Diablo. We need to get pumped, man.
Seafarers who spend the dry seasons on World's Crown were among the first people to witness Diablo's evil manifest upon Sanctuary. They've since torn out their eyes, mutilated their bodies, and they're now indistinguishable from monsters.
Man, I can't get away from the fact that it feels like Asmongold is making the announcement.
Meanwhile, Diablo's greatest cultists were rewarded for their service with bone armor and cruel tokens.
It's fucking probably Asmongold, man. If he had glasses.
And new terror demons have surged up from the burning hells, along with our take on a Diablo 1 favorite.
Oh, this one is looking really good.
These vile legions are led by two of Diablo's greatest servants. The Bride of Hell, summoner of his demon armies and leader of his cult of terror. And the fallen Prince Albrecht, whose body once played host to Diablo himself, and has since been twisted into the first of the Shard.
Is this the dungeon?
Diablo and his legions of terror have never been this brutal. In Shattered Sanctuary, the Lord of Terror is fully reconstituted.
Let's go.
He has his army behind him and the unbridled power of creation. The battle with Diablo is the largest main quest boss fight we've ever made. Diablo has classic powers that you might recognize from Diablo 1 and Diablo 2.
Oh my god.
Flame Circle and Lightning.
Listen, chat, I'm loving that it's massive. It is a massive dude, man. Like, look at the size of this guy.
But he also has new abilities thanks to the Worldstone Shard. Twisting reality, conjuring new life and new dimensions into existence, and transforming the battlefield in darkness.
Okay,
Your
portals.
only reprieve from the unyielding terror of this fight is to summon the light of Eldruin. This battle with Diablo won't be limited to the main quest. He'll be a replayable boss challenge available after you've completed the story.
So, replayable boss after. I don't know about that, man. Like, the thing, you know, like the same way they did with Bale. Bale is also pretty cool, but now you kill like Bale like 1,000 times. So I feel like killing like Diablo like 1,000 times is gonna lose the prestige that it comes with the fight. So I don't know, let's see.
You'll be able to take on Diablo with a 4-person party, and as you crank the difficulty up, you can earn new high-level equipment and Eldruin-inspired cosmetics.
So I hope it's just gonna be for the event, right? Like, if it is like for the event, but if they make like Diablo part of the Illiquating bosses, which I don't think they will, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I want them to make like, we need some epic moments in this game, and if it makes like, okay, we have that epic moment, and now you're gonna have to repeat this epic moment like 1,000 times, you just like, it's gonna lose the majesties, how do you say, the magic.
Dungeons are some of our most rewarding
challenge dungeons,
cinematic experiences in Immortal. And for those that play them a lot, we want to make the replayability even more dynamic.
All right.
In Shattered Sanctuary, we're tackling this with boosted versions that we call challenge dungeons.
Okay.
When you run a challenge dungeon, you'll get 1 to 2 randomly assigned dungeon modifiers.
Okay.
Game changers like erupting pools of magma, bonus glow drops, lightning fast enemies, and even a countdown that gives you extra rewards if you win in time.
A count? Okay, the coolest one is the countdown. I like the countdown because like it's gonna make you, so instead of you being sleeping all the time during the dungeon, now if you have a countdown that you have to beat the dungeon in a certain time, you're gonna be having like the 4 players actually sweating to get all the loot. I really like that. It reminds me a bit of like mythic dungeons in the World of Warcraft. So you also have like dungeon affixes, which you have like flame coming from the floor, the mobs are boosted. It's very, very similar. I can see the inspiration that they got. This is pretty much like mythical dungeons in Diablo Immortal.
So that's World's Crown, our new zone.
Mythic Plus.
New main quest, challenge dungeons, and the fight with Diablo.
The guy's massive.
We've got
I like
lots
it.
more in Shattered Sanctuary, of course. New legendary gems, 3 ferocious new Helliquary bosses, and plenty of gameplay updates. This epic clash with Diablo will be massive, and its ramifications will echo throughout Immortal's story next year and beyond as we change the balance of power throughout Sanctuary. But that's for another day. Until then, see you in hell.
Oh boy! Shattered Sanctuary Worldstone Quest Part 2. Goddamn! All right. Is this it? Man, this was cool. This was cool, chat. Man, Asmongold coming into making into making this, man. Let's just observe here like a few parts, because like we are like the design, it is massive. Like it is such a really good, man. Oh, look at this, man. It's looking so good. Chat, imagine if they sell a Wrath of the Berserker skin for Barbarian, that every time you become Wrath of the Berserker form, you transform into Diablo. Imagine that. Did I just give like $1 million idea, or a few $1 million ideas to Blizzard right now? Every time you go into Wrath of the Berserk, you transform into Diablo. That'll be freaking insane, because it's looking very, very good. Then we have here,
when his greatest servant,
this could be like the wizard skin. Finally, we seeing some boobs, man, on this game.
Began to reconstitute himself, and we first witnessed his awesome power. He's been tormenting us with visions of terror.
Every class must transform into Diablo. No. Just Barbarian. Just Barbarian. Not gonna happen. I know, but let me dream, man. Let me dream, chat. I know it's not gonna happen, but a guy can dream.
The angelic blade Eldruin in your hands. It's time to drive.
This is like from the past quest.
Diablo has been using the World Stone Shard corpses.
Like the map itself, it's looking pretty nice. I like it. You know, one of the things that I always appreciate, like in Diablo games, is like, no matter how wherever you go, in what zone you go around the world, they all like feel very, very different from each other. I think you guys can agree on that. So the imagination that is required and the creativity that requires from the team to always be creating like something like almost new from scratch is very, very impressive.
Bleached rocks and soil, pools of acid, upside down rain, and the twisted gates of his citadel.
This gate here, I hope like this is the gate for the dungeon. It has to be like the dungeon, right? What is the most favorite zone so far? I mean, I really like... Okay, I like... I know it's like the beginner zone, but I really like the cemetery. I don't know if like it is my favorite, but the cemetery is really good. Real of Damnation is also really nice, right? One of the worst, I will say, I don't like Shattered Storm. I don't like that.
Where the burning hells bore into our world.
We should have him as a reliquary boss instead of the dungeon. Instead, you'll still be challenged. No, so the thing, I don't mind that he's gonna be like the Lich King, that we're gonna kill him for like a few times, right? What I'm worried is like, if you make it as a dungeon, like you're saying, you have to understand, you're gonna kill or the raid boss. You're gonna kill Diablo for the next like 6 months, right? Because it's gonna be on the cycle of Inferno 4, 5, and 6, right? Like it is probably gonna be like the next difficulties that we're gonna have, most likely, right? So you're gonna get so tired from killing the boss that it's just all the magic that comes from adding Diablo into the game is gonna be lost. So I hope this is gonna be like, it comes, we have a cool event, and then it leaves, and then in the future we may have something again, you know? Diablo should be almost as challenging as a Gauntlet 3 crab. Now it is. That I agree. I feel like if you make it as like a one-time thing, imagine like Gauntlet 6, right? It is like you have to kill at the end Diablo. You have to figure out the tactic. You go as a raid. That's pretty cool. That in my opinion, it is pretty cool. I will stand by that. And why will I stand by that? Because Gauntlet in general, you do it once, you beat it, and it's done. There is no replayability of having to kill it all the freaking time. So I like it as it is. So make it challenging, and once you beat it, give me an achievement, give me a cosmetic, give me something that I can flex that I'm a gamer, that I just killed Diablo, you know? That's what I want. I feel like we're always having the best cosmetics getting paid, right? For me, that's fine. But I feel like when you take any cosmetic or anything for you to show off how good you are at the game, because let's be honest, being immortal, it doesn't really mean that you're good at the game. It just means like you're playing in a good guild, right? If you're lucky enough, you get to become immortal, and that's completely fine. But I feel like, give us a title like Indez, the Diablo killer. I don't know, like something cool that I can add to my character.
World's Crown, you'll start in saturated, bright areas before you dive into the darkness of the crater and the underground to see the color drained from the world. We wanted everyone to feel their mortality while they played.
How about you and the other clans beat the Immortal 30 players? Oof, that'll be a lag fest. You have to understand, if you put more than 10 players in the server, like for example in Battlegrounds, it's gonna become it's gonna become a lag fest. I feel like, to be honest, like 8 members, it is pretty nice size. I only wish that in the future we could have a healer, because the fact that we don't have a healer in this quest in this game makes it that they cannot make like the bosses like extremely challenging. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, or you get one-shotted, or you cannot heal. So
our team
we need more support class. One support class will be cool.
Over the course of the quest, you'll amass defend a
like
camp
this part here. This looking really nice.
Charge across a hellishly warped battlefield. In the process, you'll fight some of the most vicious enemies.
I really like the art here. The art is really cool.
The dry seasons on World's Crown were among the first people to witness Diablo's evil manifest upon Sanctuary.
Really nice. Oh man, look at this. What a badass. Jesus Christ, chat. Look at this guy right here. This is here the new Phantom skin. Right here, chat. Like a bard using sound attacks and buffs. Yeah, something like something interesting, right? Like something that will give like a small heal here and there. You stun. I don't know. Like I feel like always having a support class, especially in a game that it is around like playing as a team, it is always cool. It is such a badass. Like imagine you have an extra arm into your character. Like these designs are actually killer.
Their eyes, mutilated their bodies, and they're now indistinguishable from monsters. Meanwhile, Diablo's greatest cultists were rewarded for their service.
And they also look good.
And cruel tokens.
They also look good in the
There's
world.
An entirely new family, a flesh-warping shard.
So not only chat, we oh my god, look at this one. Look at this one.
A new terror.
Yo. So not only are we gonna have a new zone, this zone has completely brand new mobs. So that's really, really nice. Did you play solo leveling? No, I only watched the anime.
Terror demons have surged up from the burning hells, along with our take on a Diablo 1 favorite, the Viper.
The Viper.
These vile legions.
This is really nice design.
Diablo's greatest servants, the Bride of Hell, summoner of his.
So are these the guys that gonna summon for the Diablo?
And the fallen Prince Albrecht, whose body once.
Oh no! This is the other guy. I like how he bitch slapped this guy. Like he just comes in and he just like bitch slaps him. It's funny. Best class right now, Tempest, Wizard, and Barb.
Since been twisted into the first of the Shardborn, Diablo and his legions of terror have never been this brutal.
Boss Diablo encounter.
In shattered
I really enjoy. Let's watch these in a bit more detail, man. First, I really like the effects of the fight. This is looking. Oh my! Look at this blast! Look at this blast, bro!
He has his army behind him.
Like, if you see the size of your character, it is not even as big as one leg for this guy.
And
that's kind of crazy.
Power of creation in his claws. The battle with Diablo is the largest main quest boss fight we've ever made. Diablo has classic powers.
But here's the thing. Let's be honest, chat. This is Diablo Immortal, right? So even though we are here brainstorming about how epic the fight will be, we all know that at the end, you're just gonna go there and you're gonna clap him. Especially if you're not free to play. That's the thing. I feel like they have to find a way to scale the game that also makes the game easier for whales, but still makes the whales have a bit of challenge. Because, like, for example, I was speaking with Orat when it came to the Lich King, and Orat said, listen, I just go there and I literally one-shot the boss. Like, the boss is dead in like a few seconds. So I feel that that's not how it's supposed to be, right? Of course, you paid a lot of money, but at the end of the day, even if you did pay like a big amount of money, it was supposed to make you strong, especially in PvP, right? Like, people invest money in this game to become strong in PvP, mainly. But in PvE, I mean, if you're like above 6,000 resonance, there is literally almost nothing. I will say, like, if you're above like 2,000 resonance, pretty much you can clap everything in the game. But if you're like 6, 7, 8, 10,000 resonance, you just like smash everything without any effort. Will there be a cosmetic drop like the gauntlet? Like, they didn't announce anything, but I hope so.
You might recognize from Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, like Flame Circle and Lightning Breath. But he also has new.
I really like this. I like the fight. We're gonna do this. We're gonna play this.
Conjuring new life and new dimensions into existence, and transforming the battlefield in darkness. Your only reprieve.
So I wish, like, we have a fight that at least lasts like 3 minutes. You know, like, you take so you see, like, games like Lost Ark, for example. Lost Ark does an insane job when it comes to the raid bosses, right? I don't know if you guys ever saw, but the fights are legit crazy.
From the unyielding terror of this fight is to summon the light of Eldruin. This battle with Diablo won't be limited to the main quest. He'll be a replayable boss challenge available after you've completed the story.
So look at what he says here. Look at what he said. Like, this is the part that I don't know how they're gonna implement in the game, but it gets me a bit worried.
Boss challenge available after you've completed the story. You'll be able to take on Diablo with a 4-person party, and as you crank the difficulty up, you can earn new high-level equipment and Eldruin-inspired cosmetics. So I feel like the way this is gonna be, chat, is gonna be exactly the way the Lich King is. We're gonna have an event, there's gonna be a dungeon, and you're gonna farm some cosmetics, and that's it. Dungeons.
You were saying, if we're going to fight and defeat Diablo, how is the story going to progress after? There's a lore after Diablo. I'm not like a lore master, but I'm sure like there will be. And maybe the way they can do sometimes is like, you defeat the boss, but you don't kill the boss. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, we may defeat him, but maybe it just retreats after the fight. So if you don't kill the character in the future, you can reintroduce, like, okay, you defeated like last year Diablo, but now it comes back, you know? So there we have here challenge dungeons
are some of our most rewarding and cinematic experiences in Immortal. And for those that...
These, I feel like it is gonna be... Everyone is excited for these. I'm excited for the affixes. So they said, like, let's go here.
Play them a lot. We want to make the replayability even more dynamic. In Shattered Sanctuary, we're tackling this with boosted versions that we call challenge dungeons.
So I think... Is this, like, from the wizard on the floor? or like this flame here on the floor, is this a dungeon affixes? Because these exist in the World of Warcraft Mythic Plus. So I don't know if it's like from the wizard or if it's like if you step on these, you take damage.
When you run a challenge dungeon, you'll get 1 to 2 randomly assigned dungeon modifiers.
So it's saying like you get 1 to 2 random affixes assigned to the dungeon. So it's like things, affixes that will make the dungeon harder for us to beat. I wish that there was like a progression system that you could like imagine, like, okay, there is this hard mode difficulty that there is 1. Then you have the other difficulty, there is 2 affixes. And then you just keep stacking until like a maximum of 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Like hard mode level 5, right? That'll be cool. So like that, you'll make the challenge even more challenging, you know? You just, as long as you go and you just keep climbing and ranking up the difficulty, it will be really cool.
Game changers like erupting pools of magma, bonus globe drops, lightning.
Yeah. Okay, so this is 100% the affixes. So if you see here, this meteor, you're gonna have to dodge this.
Fast enemies, even a countdown.
Yo, what's up, Brett?
Extra rewards.
And also, CB, welcome. The lore of this is that We Immortal is taking place before Diablo 3, so I think it's more banishing him back to hell. Yeah, it's gonna be about defeating him, not killing him, right? Listen, Red, I'm really glad that we had Asmongold coming here and giving this presentation. Like, I'm sure Diablo Immortal actually paid him a lot of money, man. No, but let's be honest. Like, if you are a fan of Asmongold, you know he uses like this sweater a lot. He has the same hairstyle and beard. He just doesn't have these glasses, you know?
If you win in time. So that's World's Crown, our new zone, the new main quest.
It's looking cool.
Challenge dungeons, and the fight with Diablo. We've got lots more in Shattered Sanctuary, of course. New legendary gems, 3 ferocious.
So new, okay. Francisco is asking for the resume. So we're gonna have a new epic, by their words, a new epic story quest that is gonna be the biggest story quest we had until now. I really hope that they make these like, because like the main story quest, like for me when I started playing Diablo Immortal, it was very satisfying. I'm not someone that I read all the dialogues. No, usually I skip it, but I actually enjoyed it while I was leveling up. I think most of you also did. If you play Diablo 4, the main quest line, bro, it is so insane. It is actually insane. Like Diablo 4 campaign, it is really, really good, especially the last part. I don't want to spoil if you ever go play. So Diablo and Blizzard, they are always like very good at doing like this kind of like storytelling. And you just saw like 2 months or 3 months ago, we had like another part for the main quest. And I enjoyed it, but it was a bit too short. I think like 30 to 45 minutes only of gameplay. It is very, very short, man. Ryan Quinn is a great storyteller. I think Ryan did an amazing job, man. I think the presentation here, it was really, really good. So, Francisco, we're gonna have this main story quest. We're gonna go at the end. We're gonna defeat Diablo. That's the point. We're gonna have a new zone, new monsters, a new dungeon, challenge mode in the dungeons, and we're gonna have 3 new illiquidating bosses. So if we have 3 new illiquidating bosses, for me it tells me that we're gonna have 3 new difficulties. So probably like Inferno 4, Inferno 5, and Inferno 6, and new gems, the new 5-star. So yeah, a lot of things. The quests were too short, and you actually replay the quest lines. Yeah.
Ferocious new Heliquary bosses and plenty of gameplay updates. This epic clash with Diablo.
By the way, I cannot take my mind that this guy looks like Urgot, man. Here, it doesn't look as much like Urgot, but if you play League of Legends, this guy looks totally like
Urgot. This epic clash with Diablo will be massive, and its ramifications will echo throughout Immortal's story next year and beyond as we change the balance of power throughout Sanctuary.
All right.
But that's for another day.
All right.
Until then, see you in hell.
See you in freaking hell. When is the date? When is this coming, chat? You guys said that there is a blog post. Can you guys send me the blog post? I mean, chat, we all live for the updates, man. Let's be honest. Diablo Immortal during the updates is always super cool, right? But the problem is, like, a few weeks into the update, then it kind of dials down a bit, you know? And it's the same, like, for example, in the battlegrounds in PvP, it is really cool. I feel like I love the first and second week of the PvP battleground season. It is so cool.